Alright guys, welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. This is Ali Plays, and today we're going to be ranking all 25 defense-based champions. So what I was going to do, top 10 non-void rare defense type champions. So we're doing the rare defense type champions, doing all 25, and I realized that there wasn't even enough defense-based champions. There's going to be like, I think there was around like 11 or 12 that were non-void. So I was like, that's not much of a list. So what I'm doing is I'm going to rank them 25 to 1 all the way up. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to move on up. So we're not going to be talking about anybody except for the ones that are in the top 10. So this video doesn't drag on too long. It's going to be like 40 minutes if we do that. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, let's get started. So number 25, we have Marquez. 24, Marquez. I guess they're like almost the same characters. We have John Cena, number 23, Justice here. Number 22, we have Adjudicator. Number 21, we have Elder. Number 20, Centurion. Number 19, Amarantine Skeleton. I think that's how you pronounce it. 18, Preserver. Number 17. So his picture for some reason doesn't even show up on here. Everybody else's picture works, and then I try to input his picture, and then it shows. So Pounder is here. He's so bad his pick does not even work. So yeah, Pounder's number 17. He can arguably be even lower just because of that. Number 16, we have Greybeard. 15, Paragon. 14, Penitent. 13, we have, I think that's Vanguard. 12 is Honor Guard. 11, Fortress Goon. So now we're going to go to the top 10. So from the Bannerlords faction, we have Chevalier. That's how you pronounce it. Let's move this closer here so you guys can see it. So Chevalier is obviously defense-based champion. That's what we're doing the list on. He's a void rare champion. His basic attack attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 20% chance of repeating the attack. Will ignore block damage and shield buffs. Stern Rebuke, I think that's how you pronounce it. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Lord Protector, he places a 30% increased defense buff and a 7.5% continuous heal buff and allies for 2 turns. So he is top 10 because of this ability right here. This ability is very powerful. This one, Lord Protector. And also he has a aura skill that increases ally defense and faction crypts by 19%. So that is a universal aura skill for faction crypts. So yeah, that's why he's in my top 10. He's number 10 in my top 10 defense type champions for rares. Number 9, we have BOGWALKER. So he's in the Lizardmen faction. There he is, BOGWALKER. So BOGWALKER is A1 Bone Kadars. I think that's how you can pronounce it. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. So what I like about him is he has decreased attack on his basic attack, which is very good. He has an AoE that places a 30% increased defense buff on allies for 2 turns. So not only does he attack the enemy, he also increases his allies' defense. His passive ability places a reflect damage buff on allies for 1 turn when attacked with a critical hit. And his aura skill increases ally HP in dungeons by 25%. So it's universal, but it's only in dungeons. So yeah, he is number 9 on my list. Number 8, we have Templar. So Templar is a free-to-play champion. He is very good. He is farmable. He attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense. Attacks 4 times at random. I like this ability so much, Taunt. Each hit has a 25% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. So this is basically like Crimson Hell's ability. If you guys haven't seen any of my other videos, I always say this ability is like Crimson Hell's ability. Places a block damage buff on himself for 1 turn. So as you increase it, it's going to have a higher chance of landing the provoke. And his passive ability attacks with his champion's default skill whenever an enemy places debuff on this champion. So yeah, he is a very good champion. He can use ally resistance in the arena by 50. So he is number 8 on the list. So he is a void champion, Fellhound. He was actually overlooked by me in my other list. For I think I was doing a void champions list for rares. Yeah, I overlooked him. He has an AoE that has a 25% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, and that is on his basic attack. He can do a continuous heal and reflect damage buff for all allies for 2 turns. And he can place a block damage buff on an ally for 1 turn, so you can choose one of your allies that is very squishy, and then you can help keep them alive. And then his aura skill increases ally defense and faction crypts by 19%. which is pretty good for his Demon Spawn faction. So he is number 7 on my list. Number 6, we have Retainer. So he's A1, attacks one enemy, has a 40% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. And then he heals himself by 40% of his max HP and places a counterattack buff on himself for 2 turns. And Hypnotize, he attacks one enemy and decreases the target's turn meter by 50%. The target's turn meter is fully depleted, he places a sleep debuff on them for 1 turn. And his damage is based on defense. Increase ally defense and faction crits by 19%. So this guy could have been ranked lower. Let me know if in the comment section where you guys would have ranked Retainer. But he is not top 5. Number 5, we have Grappler. So what I love about this guy, he has a weaken, double hit on a weaken on his basic attack. So if you guys don't have any weakened champions, you guys a good choice to as a placeholder. He has a poison on his A2, it's only 2.5%. So he has a weaker weaken and the weaker poison, but it's still pretty solid. And you can place a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of their HP, and a 15% reflect damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. And his aura skill increases spirit ally HP and all battles by 19%. So all 3 of his abilities are very good. This is why he is on my 5th spot. Number 4, we have Executioner. Executioner would have been rated much higher than this if he didn't get nerfed, because he got nerfed before. So he is a free-to-play champion. His skills are all farmable. You can just farm multiple Executioners depending on RNG. You can get him, and then you can increase his skills. His skills are very good. He has a stun on his basic attack. He has an AoE that can decrease turn meter, as well as placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns on all enemies. And he can increase his own defense and then places a counterattack buff on himself for 3 turns. So every time he counters, he has a chance to stun the enemy, which is really annoying. And if you put lifesteal on him, he's going to be hard to kill. And he has a universal aura skill, increase ally defense in all battles by 17%. So he's a very, very good free-to-play champion. Alright, now we're moving to the top 3 territory. This one is very hard for me to do. I have Veteran number 3. His basic attack, he has decreased attack on it, and his damage inflicted is proportional to defense. This is what I love about defense-based champions. Most of them is attack based on their defense. Headhunter, attacks one enemy and places a 30% increased crit rate buff on all allies for 3 turns. If the target is killed, damage inflicted is proportional to defense. He has an AoE that has a 50% chance of placing a block buffs debuff for 1 turn. And he increased ally speed in dungeons by 15%. So he is number 3 on my list. And at number 2, we have SEDUCER from the Undead Hordes. So SEDUCER has A1, he attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing sleep debuff for 1 turn. He has an AoE that has a 75% chance of placing a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. And he has his A3 ability, he places a 30% increased defense buff on allies for 2 turns and a block debuffs buff on allies for 2 turns, which is a very powerful ability. And if you have Temptress on your team, he unlocks a very, very good A4 ability. Yeah, he has 4 abilities. Where you can place a 50% ally protection buff on all allies for 2 turns, and then he places a block damage buff on himself for 1 turn. And he has a very, very powerful aura skill, increase ally HP in all battles by 25%. The reason why I say that's powerful, 25% is very high for a rare champion. All of your starter champions only have a 15% increase. This guy's got 10% more. So in number 1, I don't even have to go show you guys on the list. Who do you guys think number 1 is? Number 1, we have everybody's favorite dwarf. We have Bulwark. So Bulwark is an amazing champion for clan boss. The reason why he's on this list, he's like so powerful for clan boss that he has to be number 1 on this list. He has a double hit on his basic attack. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a 15% weaken debuff for 2 turns. And obviously as you increase it, you have a higher chance of landing the weaken. He has HP burn on his A2, which can be a 100% chance when he maxes out his abilities and a 3-turn cooldown. And his passive ability is very, very good. It's what people overlook. They're like, okay, he only has 50% weaken, HP burn, whatever, right? But the passive ability is very, very good. When he's attacked, he has a 30% chance of extending the duration of all debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn. So this is basically Vizier or Velos' A1, but on his passive, only when he gets hit, which is right for a rare champion. So this is why he's very good. And his aura skill increases ally defense in all battles by 70%, which is a universal skill. So yeah, Bulwark is number 1 on the list. So we look at the top 5 again. We got Bulwark, SEDUCER, Veteran, Executioner, and Grappler. And this is every single defense-based champion. So if you guys like this video, found this video helpful or entertaining, Make sure you guys drop a like, and make sure you guys let me know what your list would look like if you guys want to do it. And if you guys are new to the channel, like what you see, definitely hit that big red subscribe button. And while you're at it, make sure you guys hit that bell icon to let YouTube know you want to stay up to date on all my latest content. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye, have a great time.